we are somewhat halfway through the season, top of the table, progressing nicely in the Scottish Cup. How would you reflect on the 6 months or so far?
Yeah, I think sort of reasonably positive. Like you said, we've come into the second half of the season, still top of the league. Like you said, the boys did the job last weekend in the cup. So you got to win. Put one foot in front of the other if you want to get to cup finals, and you have to beat who's in front of you. So I thought it was good exercise in terms of the boys doing everything that we look for in the games and the way that we play. So that was really positive. Obviously, it's been a sort of tough first 6 months. A lot of sort of high performances, and then some bits that haven't been so great. And you get that way. We sort of new squads and new players and people coming in and trying to settle and find a rhythm. So that is natural in football. I think with the expectation being so high and certainly in here inside the building for the last couple of years, then you just want sort of near perfection all the time, and sometimes that can be a little bit unrealistic, but that is what we strive for. So when you have either draws or defeats, then it really annoys people and it gets under your skin. So we're trying to stamp out that element of maybe what's been in the first sort of 6 months of the season, where we've been a little bit up and down. But I think for the majority of the performances have been really, really good. Teams sort of connecting nicely now. You can see maybe the last 4 games, the sort of patterns are good. The work ethic, determination, the running off the ball, everything that makes us a good Celtic team have been there in the last 4 games. So it's important that we now carry that on and sort of learn the lessons of those little periods in the first half of the season. And like I said, we try and stamp them out as much as possible. But the positives have for sure been really positive.
Reflecting on those high points, Callum, what would you say those are in those 6 months? I think maybe those wins against Rangers, for example.
Yeah. I think the derby games are always big. You go to Ibrox and win. For any Celtic team to do that, you have to be right and on the money on the day, and I thought we were excellent. Showed all different sides to the game, and you have to be strong. You got to be together when you go there. So. For sure that is a highlight, and as all the games against Rangers, you want to win them. You understand how much it means to the supporters. So obviously the home game there that we just played as well, great day. Boys were fantastic in the game and gave everything to the game which we expect. So with a good day there, you also look at the sort of Feyenoord game at home. Everybody was talking about that 10 years of trying to get a home win in the Champions League. Unfortunately, by the time it came, then we couldn't progress at the group. But I've spoken about that quite a few times in terms of small margins, and that's what happens on a night where the small margins fall for you, and you can quite easily get a result. And the good thing about that is we're competitive in all the games that we kept 11 on the pitch. So for sure, some really good points throughout the season. And like I said, it's just building this with a new group. It's putting one foot in front of the other, not getting too far ahead of yourself, and we've got a really exciting second half of the season to come. The league run-in's always good, always important, and like you said, now the Scottish Cup becomes a big focus as well.
You've spoken about those high moments, but there's also been the challenges as well. Hearts and Kilmarnock back in December were particular lows. What was the messaging for you to the rest of the team in the dressing room? I remember seeing you brought the team together at the end of the Hearts game. What was said in those moments?
I think it's about sticking together, because the only people that can get us success in terms of the players are the players, and us sticking together. Of course, we understand if the feeling's good with the supporters, and especially at home when you get them and they're backing you, then it can take the whole game to a different level. But in the sort of tough moments, then the only people that can get you out of trouble are the guys in this building, and that's what I said to them. When things are going well, you're happy to take the plaudits. So when things aren't going well, then you have to man up and face the problem head on. And I think after the Hearts game at home was a real sort of slap in the face moment for everybody, that you have to understand now, right, okay, we've put ourselves under pressure, and now you have to answer that with proper performances and like I said, you stick your chest out and you take what's coming, and it's important that you back that off and continue to show people that you're a good player individually and you're a good player collectively as well. So, you know, football is full of disappointment. It's how you react and bounce back and have that togetherness which will carry the group so far. Even in the good moments, you have to be together. I don't think I've ever seen a team that's been successful that hasn't been together. So, of course, in the difficult moments, it's important to be together, but that resilience builds confidence, it builds togetherness, and then when you go and you have your good days, then that's because your group's strong and you look after each other. So it was more a case of that, you know. Again, probably in the Hearts game, I'm still sure if we scored before half time, we'd probably go on and win the game. We've seen it quite a few times where you score and the momentum changes. So it's probably a moment for the group to realise, right, we can't keep giving away poor goals, we can't not defend as a team and have everybody doing 100% maximum all the time. That's what makes us a good team, and then from a defensive structure we can go and then be super aggressive in the attack, and I think that's probably been the biggest change in the team in the last 4 games has been the pressing and the intent of us going to get the ball back, and then our attacking play comes from that.
You didn't play against Bucky Thistle, but against opposition that are in the lower leagues, I suppose the performance was all about the attitude that you've mentioned before. Were you pleased watching your teammates' attitude on the day? Yeah,
it's superb. That's what these games are about. You know, when the opposition's not quite at the level, then you still have to treat them with the biggest respect. And I said that to the players before the game as well. You have to treat this like any other game, the way that our mindset, our mentality to go after the game, to do the right things as well, to play the way that we want to play. You know, you don't want anybody taking extra touches because they think they can. It's all about the speed of play and the speed of running for us. So to see the obviously 5 goals, you know, Liel offside a couple of times, but that penetration so important as well.
Looking ahead now, it is a bit of a vague question, I suppose, but what does a successful Celtic season this year look like come May, Callum?
Yeah, we have to win the 2 remaining trophies. I think that's the key. That's the message. Certainly from myself inside the dressing room, the manager will be exactly the same. To make this a successful season, we have to go and win the 2 trophies that are on offer for us, and that's where we start every year. We want to win everything. So the mindset and the challenge doesn't change. We've obviously not won the first cup of the season, so there's 2 remaining, and we have to attack all of these games like the cup finals, and like I say, come the end of the season, we want to make it successful, and that means that we pick up the last 2 trophies.
And for yourself, Callum, you're only 1 appearance away from 450. In that time, you've scored 63 goals, 76 assists, a trophy or 2. Not bad, is it?
Not bad. I just want to keep doing it and keep going for as long as I can. You know, just keep one game at a time and just keep racking up the numbers, keep trying to help my teammates, keep trying to help the club be successful, and we've managed to do that over a number of years now. So, you know, the message for me is always the same. It's full on and until, you know, somebody taps me on the shoulder and tells me to sit down.